Guy Woolbright, Accounting Department, United States Army. 6 years, 3 years active and 3 years in the reserves.
I'm Stepp in Land Development. I'm a United States Marine. I served 1 tour duty.
My name is Bob Howard, and I work at the ranch, and I am a fitness attendant. I was in the United States Army Reserve, 6 years.
Hello, my name is Amy Lugo, and I'm from the HR department. I'm currently still serving in the United States Army, who is going on 25 years.
My name's John Mayfield. I'm working the ranch as an assistant. I was in the United States Navy for 4 years.
My name is Tony Pelli, and I work for Bridgenet Communications here at Oto. I was in the United States Marine Corps. I served for 4 years.
My name is Michael Cater. I work for Bridgenet, United States Army, 3 years.
My name is Jerry Perry, and I'm the lead fitness attendant at the Ranch Fitness Center and Spa. I was in the United States Marine Corps. I served for 20 years.
Oh man, favorite memory, that's got to be Greece. We stopped off for some liberty in Greece and spent the day like cliff diving in a little cove. It was a great day.
I think my favorite memory is when I was in Kodiak, Alaska. I was a musician, and we took a tour around the island on a tugboat to play jobs, dances for the native Aleut Indians, and we were on kind of McHale's Navy, the tugboat. We had a lot of issues with that. It was a lot of fun and a lot of different things going on.
Basic training, actually.
I'd say probably working as a drill instructor for both the enlisted side of the house as well as the officers.
Living in Germany. I lived in Germany for 2 years, so traveled all the different countries. Every weekend was a different country and a different city.
All right, I have 2 favorite memories. The first being selected for a Command Sergeant Major position out of Fort Gordon, Georgia. I'm responsible for over 1,200 medical personnel. My second favorite memory is recently being the first hand salute to my daughter, who was commissioned into the Army as well. She is going to med school right now, and she's a second lieutenant.
I would say the camaraderie of all the guys that you met and got to know, and we were a little different than regular service because we went back to our unit and we got to really get to know them over the 6-year period.
I had a great time actually deploying to some of the countries that weren't actively caught up in various wars. So we did a lot of humanitarian missions in Africa, and we also traveled to the Pacific and got to experience a lot of the local cultures there. I thought that was a great time.
I think the best thing about being a veteran is serving my country and the people that I met while I was in the service.
Knowing that I have served my country.
That sense that you served some cause greater than yourself.
The best thing about being a veteran is helping others. In a wartime situation, our mission is to backfill military treatment facilities, but currently because of COVID, I have 450 soldiers that were called up to help with the COVID in numerous cities all around the country, such as New York City, New Orleans, New Jersey, and parts of Tennessee and Texas. So they went in within a week's notice, and they really helped a lot.
Having been able to serve the country.
The camaraderie. You definitely meet strangers, people that you never would have talked to or have had any reason to find a common bond with. But you can see a bumper sticker sometimes and just immediately notice, I kind of like that guy.
Knowing that I served my country proudly.
Best thing about being a veteran? For me, really, it's just like, that sense of purpose, just knowing that you kind of like did something bigger than yourself. Hardest thing about being a veteran, man, is, non-veterans, other civilian people, like, even though they appreciate what you've done for the country, they really just, they don't understand what it takes, so just like having that disconnect with regular people.
The hardest thing about being in the military is we have an increase of suicides. We have a lot of ideations, suicide attempts, but the hardest thing is going to one of my soldiers' funerals.
Being away from your family, being away and on your own.
Hardest thing about being a veteran is sometimes a little bit of the services for veterans still are, on their way up and trending, and that you kind of have to wait for the battle to be fought there.
I don't think there's anything particularly hard about it, except you have quite a few friends and things that you lost due to wartime efforts.
That's a difficult question. That so many people, it seems, don't get that opportunity.
I don't think there's anything hard about being a veteran. What I miss the most about it is the camaraderie, that the level of camaraderie that you create, the kind of bonds that you create when you're working that close with people.
I think being a veteran working on top of the road is amazing. They just recently built a veterans field, which I think is so nice and peaceful, and I love going out there. And also seeing all the flags here and the fact that they're really interested in hiring veterans really makes me happy.
It's fun. There's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of respect for the military. It's very nice.
Everybody is very supportive, especially with a lot of the residents here being older. They have a lot of respect and courtesy that they feel that you deserve, and hey, if they feel that they want to give it to me, I'm absolutely willing to try to live up to that.
Working here on top of the world, being a veteran, it's pretty awesome because I get to meet a lot of older veterans than myself, and veterans that might have served with me in other departments at the same time I served.
I don't think there is much of a difference in being just a regular person, but it's something to identify with some people as you meet them.
Well, I'm fairly new here. However, I love it here. It's a great place to work.
Being a retirement community, there are a lot of retired veterans here, so until I came here, no one really knew or asked, but here on top of the world recognizes veterans.
Oh man, being a veteran at On Top of the World has actually been a really cool experience because you meet a lot of other service members, both that we work with and residents in the community, and there's always that sort of thing that gels you together, because as much as civilians kind of don't get the veteran deal, other vets really do, and it's easy to click no matter the age difference.
That's right. Veterans Day is one of the few opportunities that anyone can really spend a moment and recognize that regardless of where you sit politically, that there are a lot of sacrifices that people have made in the past that have served to create the country that we have, and while it's not perfect, it's a good time to look at the people that have got us to where we are so far.
It's an opportunity to reflect on how great our country is and the contributions that we made to it while we work as a military person.
To me, it's just it's a time to reflect. What I did, where I was, who I was with, just calling back to those memories.
It's a way of us honoring the country and the country honoring us.
Veterans Day means to me the fact that others are willing to serve for their country and in complete selfless service, because it really takes a special person to sign on the dotted line and serve.
Just means, a day that we're appreciated as a group.
It's a chance to honor all of those who have served before us.
Veterans Day is a special day for me. My grandfather, Guy Sr., was in France on November the 11th, 1918, and that's what he was in the artillery. This is one of his artillery shells from World War I, and it says C.G. Woolbright, 3rd Corps Artillery Park, Argonne Forest, France. So my family's been an important day because we had a member there on the date that Armistice Day was started.
To my fellow vets, man, really, I know that a lot of us, when we come home, we carry a load that's a little bit different, and sometimes it can get heavy. And to those other guys and girls, if you're feeling that, just reach out to one of us. You don't have to carry that alone.
Be proud and thankful that you had the opportunity to serve the country.
And I want to wish all my fellow veterans a happy Veterans Day.
To all my Marine friends, booyah. To everyone else, have a great Veterans Day.
To my fellow veterans, I thank you for sharing in this time-honored tradition, and I hope that the holiday finds you well and merry.
We fought the good fight and we kept the faith. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Without your guys' encouragement, I wouldn't have done what I did.
First and foremost, a big thank you for serving, and Semper Fi.